Hello, friends, and welcome to our weekly connection. We are so excited that you are either joining us live or catching the replay. So we'll start off by opening it up to those who are live. Do you have any questions or concerns, things you want to work out with your business? We can help with? No?
I did want to let you know, Ariel, that I go to bed early. I'm just one of those people. I go to bed real early, but I have been catching all the replays of the huddles and the promotion meetings and stuff that are going on.
Awesome.
I catch them on the replays, and I'm doing all the homework assignments.
Awesome.
So I did want you to know I am participating.
Perfect.
I just do it on replays.
So I totally get that. I'm usually in bed by like 8:30 or 9 every night. So I absolutely understand going to bed early, and I'm glad that you're watching the replays and showing up for your business in that way. That's huge. So did you get a chance to watch Tuesday night's huddle then with going
Yes.
over the, okay, so have you made your game plan and your anchor plan and all that?
I haven't got it made out yet, but I am working on it.
Cool. I love that. And if you're willing to share when you're finished, I'd love to see that. That way, Dawnette and I know how we can help you going forward in the fall with your business, especially since this is your first fall season with us.
Okay.
So if you're willing to share when you've got it squared away, just let me know.
Will do.
Perfect. Thanks, Jean. Okay. Welcome, Brandy. Hi. Does anybody else have anything they want to chat about? Business-wise, going over what's happened in the month so far, what's coming up in the rest of this month or the following months, because I've got a couple things I do want to chat about. Some teammates had texted me about needing help with some things, but they weren't able to make the call live. And so I got it jotted down what they want to talk about so that we can go over that, because I told them the same thing that I try and, make it known every time, that their questions could be somebody else's breakthrough, or you might have the same questions they do, or somebody else catching the replay might need this same help going through this. So any questions that you have are always, always welcome, because somebody else might be wondering the same thing and they might be too shy to ask. All right, well, then let's just get into it. Okay, so I had somebody wondering about what they can do for PRV for the month to hit their goal. We had the amazing flash sale. It's done, right? Now what do we have? We have 17 days left if we include today. 8, 7, 16, 18. We have over half the month left. You guys know I shouldn't math on live. We have over half of the month left to be able to get our sales in and hit our goals and promote the rest of this catalog, because this whole catalog is changing at the end of the month, right? There are so many amazing fragrances that they are discontinuing at the end of the month that so many of us are being very dramatic about because we love them. Like Squeeze the Day, Courtney. It's part of her branding. So she's like figuring out ways that she can stock up and do the things with Squeeze the Day. Bonfire Beach is one of my seasonal favorites. It usually comes back, but we don't know if it will. So I'm gonna make sure to get that in my club. Sunkissed Citrus, Jammy Time, Just Breathe, Sea Salt and Avocado. Like, what are they doing to us? It's so rude, but it's fine. It's gonna be fine. So how can we promote that going forward? We get dramatic about it. We let our people know that our favorites are leaving too. And how we're going to ensure that we get them is by adding them to our club. And we have those conversations about starting a Scentsy Club subscription, right? This is the easiest segue, because you're not trying to just get them to sign up for club to benefit you. You're doing it to help them, because scent evokes such strong memories and feelings and emotions that when somebody loves a scent very much, having it forever, having the access to it forever is an incredible value, more than just, oh, I've got it in a Scentsy Club, right? So talking about Scentsy Club, talking about the discontinued stuff, and maybe they don't want a Scentsy Club. Maybe they just want to buy a couple 6-packs of bars and stock up, maybe get their favorite room sprays, and we can help them with that as well, right? Close at least one more party before the end of the month, collect all the orders submit them, and help your people stay stocked, hopefully until their favorites return. So that's one way to get PRV. What else do we have launching on Tuesday? Did you guys read your news tabs? The article came out when the kids and I were going to the library, so I haven't had a chance to share it, but I'm sure Candy probably shared it on Collective. What's coming on Tuesday?
Wally.
Wally.
Moana.
Moana. Thanks, Brandy. Yeah, our Wally collection and our Moana collection. So for Wally, we have the Wally Warmer. I've never seen Wally, so I've got to watch that this weekend, I guess. It has a cute little boot inside. Apparently that has something to do with the movie on the dish. And then we have Eva.
It's Eve, but he calls her Eva.
Yeah, for sure. I said it right the first time.
Yeah.
Eva, the buddy. And then they have the custom scent for Wally, right? And then for the Moana collection, Pua's coming back. Pua sold out in, I think it was something stupid like 5 minutes. Pua sold out so quick during that first launch. And then we have the Moana bar. Don't get mad that I haven't seen Wally. I'll figure it out. We have the Moana bar coming back, and we have the Hey Hey Buddy coming out, and he is just as goofy-eyed as you might hope. So I have seen Moana. Such a good show. So those are coming out, and those are very niche markets as well, right? People who love Wally. They know Eva, and they know that the boot symbolizes something important, right? Courtney, say what you're gonna say.
Only the whole plot of the movie.
For sure.
She hasn't seen it, so she doesn't know that.
Her face is saying, wow, what a ding dong.
It's a
Seriously?
super good movie, but just be prepared. There's not a lot of talking in it at all.
But it's so cute.
Oh, it's adorable, but
How
it's
long is it?
Yes.
What's my time
like a
commitment on this?
silent film.
Okay, cool. So anyway, those two collections are launching on Monday. The cool part is that Moana has previously released. So the fragrance is known to a lot of customers and consultants. I actually have a customer who she got a mystery bundle one time, or she came over and shopped some of my cash and carry at one point because I had gotten a couple of Moana bars, and she's like, I need this forever. I love it. And I was like, sorry, you cannot have it. It's gone. Goodbye. And so as soon as I knew that it was coming back out, I was like, Julia. So she already has a club subscription set up for some of her other favorites. So she's going to be adding that to her club subscription. So things like this that only come out every now and again, maybe, are a great opportunity to go to, again, talk about that club subscription. But that's coming out Tuesday. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to market that, to let our customers know what's going on, and to collect pre-orders if that's how you want to run your business, or make sure that they have the link to shop on Tuesday when it launches. You don't have to collect pre-orders for your business. That's not a have to of your business. It's how you choose to run your business that you get to decide those things, right? We're all independent business owners. We get to choose which facets and avenues we use for our business. So there's those things, the whole catalog. How else can we get PRV this month? What are some ways that you guys still have with over half the month left that you're going to get PRV in?
I'm doing my I'll be doing my mystery box signups for August this month. And I'm going to really monopolize on the clearance section and the sale, because they get so much more value for it. And there's a few things that I want from the summer line to go, from the summer catalog to go in those boxes. So I'll be marketing those this upcoming week.
You know, and our clearance section, I'm actually pulling that up right now so I can see it. Our clearance section, even though the flash sale is done, our clearance section still has a ton of stuff in it at good prices, right? So let's see what we got. And don't forget, you guys, there is a last tab, or a last chance tab specifically in your website, so that you can direct people so that they know what's going away. You don't have to try and, go through and cross-reference the lists and things and see, what's going on, you go to your website and it's all broken down there for you. So like, look at all the options that are still in our clearance section. Those all aglow warmers, those trees, those are some of my very favorite warmers. And I'm actually, because I know we have 2 new ones coming out, I'm very excited for my tree farm for this year. The candy Christmas warmer is still there. The Santa, the Tin Santa. Didn't mean to click on him. Oops, a daisy. So
We
look at
totally
how-
do a Christmas in July like thing with the clearance section.
Yes, Christmas in July. Make it a fun theme, right? Make sure people know that there's still so many sales to be had and market it as if, hey, I'm doing this Christmas in July special. Check out all these deals I'm offering. Even though everybody can offer it, make it seem like it's custom for your customers. It's very specific and tailored to them. Look at this Christmas in July. I have a Mighty Pine 3D scent circle that you can throw in your artificial tree and have it smelling like a real tree. That's a fun little hack that you can do. Most people have artificial trees anymore, especially here in Arizona, because like, where are we going to get a real tree that lasts as long as I need it to? This is a great option for having it smell just like Christmas. So you guys, there's so many options that are still available in our clearance section. Utilize that. Okay, what else are we doing for the second half of the month? Hi, Emma.
Working on selling more of those pink boxes.
Oh, the whiff box.
Yes, because they're so cute.
They are. What else?
Flower coloring parties, because they're all on sale.
Flower color. Oh, I was going to do that with my customers this month. I dropped the ball. I'm going to write that down.
Mine was, we just had ours last Friday and it was good and it was big and a lot of people ordered more. And a lot of people want, once they come to one, like if you can host one, then they want to do one at their house with their friends. So it just kind of keeps building out.
Can you explain so that those maybe who are on here who are new or who are watching the replay who don't have any idea what that means? Can you explain what a fragrance flower party is?
So I put it in my VIPs and on my Facebook page that I'm doing a flower coloring party at my house. I supply all the Sharpies for it. And then they order 1, 2, 3, however many flowers they want. It all comes to me. I have it all set up. When they get here, I do snacks and drinks, small stuff, you know, juice, crackers, a bottle of wine, whatever. And then we all just get together and color. I'm sorry, my dogs are going crazy if you hear them. They just color, we just sit and color. And if you color the edges or the tips, and we just chat. And I always put out catalogs. So this was a perfect one because we have the new catalog coming. So catalogs, I had all the testers. I had gotten my bars. I had the Island Days bars out and they all got to go home with samples of it. So they're seeing the new catalog. They're seeing the new, I got tons of orders for the Island Days. And then we just talk, we just hang out. It's a bunch of girls or whoever wants to come and we just sit and color. Takes an hour or 2 and then they go home with their flower. This time I had gotten little, I don't have any, I'd gotten little wood like coasters for them to sit on.
Yep.
And then they take their flower home, put them in the oil. And once they're colored, once they're colored, they put them in the oil and then they spread out. So that gets them really excited. They meet a bunch of new people and then they want to have that at their house. So we can do the same thing. Either I can go with them or they can just have it all shipped to their house and their friends show up and color at their house. But I usually supply the Sharpies and then snacks. And as it's kind of like a customer appreciation almost because I do it quarterly. And then, you know, we just hang out and enjoy each other's company and color and comment on each other's flowers. And then what I have them do is show, everybody takes a picture of it the day of, and then they send me a 24, a 48, and a 72-hour picture to see what they've done. So then I shared those in my group and then I tag them in it. And so their friends that aren't in our group, I'd share it on Facebook. So then people get more exposure to what the flowers are. And it's fun to see how they've changed over the 3 days time.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. I'm now trying to figure out how I'm going to do my fragrance flower party if I don't have enough in time. I'll just plan one for August is what I'm going to do. Okay.
Do it for August
So
and have everybody buy it by the 31st so they get the sale prices.
yep.
And then they just hang on to them. I mean, they ordered theirs in May and we just did ours last weekend. So I just held them here and everyone was fine with it. So just give them, and I say like, let's book it now, let's order now because they're on sale.
Yep,
And then we can figure out a time down the road when everybody's available.
I love that. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. What else are you guys doing to get more PRV? Does anybody have any open parties that they're working through right now? Yeah, Courtney, how's that going? What's your plan for that?
For my open parties, I plan on just pretty much using the FOMO for everything that's leaving at the end of the month, including warmers. Instead of sharing any kind of like stock photos, I'm just doing real life photos. That way people can really see just how gorgeous these warmers are. And so they kind of get, lost in the fact that they're going to lose their stuff if they don't place the order soon, because we only have 16 days, 16, 15, something like that. And stock photos don't do our products justice. So real life photos is how I'm working it right now.
Awesome. And the impact that real life photos can have is incredible. So in the collective, we have a couple of different albums of photos that we were able to take at reunion. And then also some people got the new home kit with some of the new warmers in it, and they've shared. So I added some new photos to that album yesterday. So make sure you're utilizing those as well. And what else am I doing the rest of the month? I know I have a couple more club subscriptions running, and I am planning to do an open house, last chance, first glance, so that they can stock up on whatever they want from this catalog. But then I'm also going to give them a sneaky peek of the new catalog, so that they can see all the goodness that's coming out. And I'm going to use it as a booking incentive, so I can start stacking next month and September as well. But for this month, there is still time to ask people to host a party, because we have 17-ish days left of the month. We're still unsure. We still have over half the month left. You can still book parties. So I get this question a lot. What happens when a party doesn't do well? What happens when a party doesn't have interactions or sales? What are some things you can do to help kind of flip that capsized boat? What are some things you guys have done in the past to help bring a party back to life or move forward?
Reaching out to the host in her messages and let her know, kind of just be honest with her and say, hey, the party's a little slower than we kind of anticipated. But here's how you can get it reignited. Just send a message to everybody that we've invited saying, how can we help? Would you like us to place the order for you? Because sometimes it's easier for people just to kind of tell us what they want. They don't really have to do any work other than that.
Love that. Brandy, did you have something you were going to say? I saw you kind of.
Well, I haven't done it yet, but Candy had a good idea when I talked to her about it. Change it to like a 30-minute live something, because sometimes the long online, just drawn out parties, people lose interest and they kind of forget about them. So her suggestion to me was say, hey, we're going to close this party up. We've got a 30-minute live on Friday night. Be there. There's raffles, there's whatever you want it to be, and just kind of get that excitement. It's 30 minutes. It's done and over with, and the party closes at midnight that night to kind of like re-amp that excitement. They're on, you're showing them the products. They're excited about it. It's a little bit more than just the posts and the random stuff throughout the week. So just kind of flip the script on them and say, here we go, let's do it now. And then we're done. So kind of like a snooze you lose if you don't make it to this kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a great option. If it's kind of going slow and if the host has done all of the stuff that you've coached her with. So another thing that we forget is how important host coaching is. You need to be in communication and set expectations with the host from the get-go. And if maybe you've forgotten or didn't quite make things clear, it might be a harder conversation in the middle of the party, but it still needs to happen, right? If they want the free stuff, there is some work they're going to have to do. We can't just tell the lie of, oh, I do all the work, you don't have to do anything. That's a fallacy, because they do have to do a little bit of the work to be able to get their people there and communicate well. And something I think we forget oftentimes as consultants, what we can do and should be doing for customer service to serve their friends is reach out to them personally. we can't just expect the host to do all the things and our posts on a wall to stick. We actually need to be communicating and building those relationships and networking with the guests, because think about it as if it were a home party, but it's an online party. If they came in the door and you were chatting with the host was welcoming all of our friends, but you only talked with the host and you were saying, okay, I'm just talking to the room at large. Here are the details. Okay, now Becky, did you ask them what they wanted? Did you communicate with them? No. How rude would you feel offended if you came to a party and the person, the consultant was like not even talking to you? Yeah, I'd be like, peace out, goodbye. You need to have that relationship, build the relationship, talk to them, communicate with them and say, hey, how can I serve you? Do you have a specific kind of fragrance that you tend to gravitate toward? Awesome. Here are some suggestions. Do you prefer the wax and warmers or maybe a no mess option if you have littles at home? We have these amazing wall fan diffusers that are life. Do you travel a lot? Are you in your car? Might I recommend the mini fan diffuser as well as our hanging options of a car bar and a scent circle? Oh, you prefer something on the vents? Awesome. Let me talk about these vent clips. Getting to know them and what their needs are is going to help greatly, because you can throw out all of the general information that you want, which is amazing, right? There's a lot of information. We have so many different products and systems that are not going to be for everyone. So you need to help tailor it, find out what they want. So you need to actually have that communication with the guests. And they might not be interacting on the Facebook page because it might be overwhelming. And assuming that they're not interested simply because they're not interacting is something that can set us up for failure. And like I said, I know it's hard sometimes to have those conversations with people that we don't know, but you're there to serve them. Come from a place of service and help, and not just thinking it's about the sale. How can you help them find what's going to fit best for their life? And it's going to go much smoother. So those are some ways that I've helped turn a party around as well.
I have a random suggestion.
Yes.
Hey, so something that I like doing when people aren't quite there, like they're almost there, say they're a couple hundred or say $100 from the 200, right? It's really easy to sometimes think that like I get overwhelmed. People that come to parties sometimes are overwhelmed. There's so many products. And so if it's a last ditch effort, you really want to get your hostess something, have her reach out to everybody and say, hey, do you want a car kit? And they'll be like, oh, what's a car kit? Because if you can give them, say, $25 focusing on the fan and the pods, right? You can bundle everybody's together, get them a good price for that, and they all go away with a car kit. They've only spent $25, so they feel better about it or whatever. And then it kind of allows your hostess to still get her special in, and she does all the work. That's another benefit, is like, you're like, hey, if you want to do this, go ahead and get 6 people who want a car kit or whatever, however many you need. And then they do the work. Again, they'll start noticing the consultant thing, so you can follow up later with consulting. But the fact that they're giving them an option, and it's an easy option, and it's a grab. It's basically a grab for somebody who attended the party. It makes it way easier and way smoother to pass off, I guess would be the words.
Yeah, I love that. Having something already bundled and ready to go. Just, I want that. Here's the scent. Here's the color. Boom. Because again, have you flipped through our catalog? Do you know how many things we offer? Scentsy is for everyone, but it can be overwhelming. So we have to keep that in mind as to how we can specifically serve people. All right. Those were some ideas to help get PRV in for the month. If you have anything else, either pop it in the chat or hop on and chat live with us. But those were some ideas to get PRV for the rest of the month, because you guys, again, we're only halfway done. Like, how exciting is that? And if you are set with your month too, I want you to be comfortable with starting to book for next month, to starting to book for September, to starting to get your supplies ready and your things together, however you're going to run your business this fall. We talked about it on Monday night when we had our team Zoom, and I forgot to hit record. I'm so sorry. But then we also talked about it the next night on our huddles by title, that you need to create a plan to break things down. And within that plan, each goal, each separate milestone should have a fail plan, so that here's my big goal. Here's where I'm reaching. Here's where it's going to be awesome when I get there. But should I fail, here's where I'm okay failing. Here's what I know I can do on average. Here's where I know I'm going to give myself grace and not shame myself or not hold judgment against myself with failing forward, because you're still making progress, right? The point is to make failure not an ugly, taboo topic. We all fail. We're all human. We're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to fail, and then we're going to move forward. So keep that in mind as you're going through all of this as well. But if you're ready, like I said, use this time, the rest of the month, to get your stuff ready for the fall. My goal personally is to start booking parties, but have host kits set, ready to go that I can send out, so that when somebody says, hey, I want a party, I can be like, awesome, boom, bam, sent to the month, get the flyer out, get in the mail, go. I want to have everything ready, because typically what I do in a host kit is a full-size catalog, a sample of the new fragrances, and maybe a couple other samples that I have on hand. I try to keep it as simple as possible, because that's what's budget friendly for me. That's what's within my budget. And I want to make it worthwhile for them, that they get like an exclusive for being a host. So I'm trying to compile all of that and get it all ready for the fall season, and make sure that I'm ready to go. So this is kind of the transition into the next thing I wanted to chat about, that I've had some people, I think, worried about, is how can I show up and how can I not let people down? Because I think people fear letting their leaders down if they're not doing what they think we expect of them. I remember I had these feelings too when I wasn't sure if Scentsy was going to be it for me when I still lived in Korea. I had 2 kids under 2, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And I dabbled in other things, and I ghosted Candy. She's my sponsor. I ghosted her, and because I felt guilty, because I thought I was letting her down. I thought that I was judging myself for what I wasn't doing, but I was holding a space that I thought she might have been let down. And that was on me, right? I was building up these stories in my head that weren't true. She was holding space for me to be ready and talk to her when I was ready to figure out a game plan going forward. But because I didn't know what I wanted and I felt guilty and I was letting all these things pile up, I didn't communicate with her. I didn't let her know what I wanted and what I needed, or that I didn't know what I wanted. I wasn't honest about that. And so that led to a lot of like turmoil and heaviness. And I want you guys to understand that the only expectation we have of you is to communicate with us and let us know how we can help serve you and how we can help hold you accountable, because you make your own goals for your business. We're not in charge of your business, but if you tell us you want something and we're communicating with you as if that still holds true, but you've maybe changed your mind or diverted and taken another path of what you want to do with your business and you didn't let us know, we're still holding you accountable for this original plan. And that might feel like we're pestering. It might feel like you're letting us down, but it's simply because we don't know that you've changed your mind and decided, hey, route A was what I wanted, but route B is what I've decided is really in this season of life for me right now. So please don't hesitate to communicate with us. Please. Because we are not judging you. We are holding space for you. You are not letting us down. We just need to make sure that we're on the same page as you so that we can understand you and help you however you need move forward in your business. Sometimes that looks like, okay, I'm ready for more. I'm ready to push. I'm ready to grow. But you've told us you were selling as a hobby. So that's how we're communicating with you, which is not a lot, right? It's not as much as normal, not as much as the people who are like, I'm ready, let's do this, and have communicated that clearly. So if you're ready for more, if you want to push, we are here for that. You just need to tell us. If you are in a season where you need to maybe take a small step back, but you still want to work it, not necessarily as a hobby, but kind of an in-between, we can help you figure out a game plan for that. But if you told us at one point that you're ready to go, we're going to be here talking to you like that when you maybe need us to back off a little bit and help support you differently. So, in a nutshell, long story short, communicate with us. Let us know what your goals are. And if you want us to push you a little bit further than you think you're even capable of, we can do that. As long as you have your fail plan ready, right? So that you know you're going to be awesome and do well. But should you fail, when you fail, you know this is your safety net. And we're always going to be here for you for that, right? So communication is the biggest thing that we need from you so that we can help you move forward. That was that. And I'm not saying this to make anyone feel badly or feel guilty, because I want to make it clear, I have been in these positions and I have not communicated, and I have felt all the things and self-judged and kept myself from being able to move forward because of the stories I was building up in my head. I don't want you to build up stories. I don't want you to think that I'm over here thinking that, you know, that I have all these X, Y, or Z feelings about you. Because chances are I am more focused on, oh crap, how did I fail then? Versus how did they fail me? Right? So hold space for yourself. Give yourself grace, compassion, understanding, no judgment, and communicate. Just have a chat. Okay, Courtney just said she's coming out of that bad season and she's ready to push. She said it to all of you. So anyway, you can all hold her accountable. I love that. And knowing what your clear goal is and going and writing down your plan and figuring out how you're going to get there, your big goal is going to be key. So make sure you watch the huddles by title from Tuesday night. I've shared it in the tribe group. I've shared it in the collective. Wait, did I share it in the tribe? If I didn't, I will. I have shared it. Your job is to take action. Your job is to take that next step forward to figure out what you want. It is not to figure out what we want for you. It's for you to figure it out and let us know so we can support you. And I'm probably sounding like a broken record, but it cannot be stated enough how important that is. Right? So does anybody have any questions or comments or suggestions? And you guys, as hard as it might be too, to have conversations with your leaders about how they can help you, and maybe if they've made you feel a certain way, it's probably unintentional. Be open to having hard conversations with us too. It could get uncomfortable. It could feel icky. But how are you going to move forward if you have unresolved feelings and things that you want to talk about? This is not to say you get to berate and be ugly and be mean to people and point out all their flaws. It is the point of having a hard conversation, letting them know where you stand, maybe giving them the space to reflect on it and then coming back and having the conversation with you, but being able to talk about the hard things. It's really important. There's no better way to move forward. Personal experience. Wow, I thought this was gonna take a lot longer. You guys know I like talking, but that was like, boop, zipped it up 35 minutes. But we're here for you. We will stay on as long as you guys want. If you want ideas for the fall season, if you want ideas on how to make your goal, on how to break it down. So just a quick overview. What we did was we made goals for different areas of our lives, right? For our anchor plan. I have a personal retail volume goal, so my personal sales. I have a team goal with how I plan to communicate with you guys. I have a customer goal, how I plan to communicate and follow up, because the PRV goal and the customer goal, they're tied in, but they are separate, right? Because the communication, how I talk to my customers, is going to lead into the PRV. So the customer portion is a really big deal, right? And then I have personal goals. Did I write all them down? Yeah. And I have personal goals. And with each of those goals, like I said, I made a fail plan. So initially I had written down 2,500 PRV as my monthly goal. For me, in my season of business, I'm 9 years in. That's easy for me. So I decided to push myself and up my goal to a minimum of 3,000 PRV monthly. And I'm not saying this for comparison. I'm not saying this so that you can think, oh shit, I need to get myself together. No. Hey, Sam, you need to do what you can do for your business and setting goals and being able to push yourself just a little bit more. But then my fail plan, I'm going to fail at 2,500 because I know I can do that easily. My fail plan is knowing that I'm going to do that and complete the 5x7 checklist as much as I can. Because don't forget, still, we're in that 90-day goal challenge. And how many of you have not done most of the days? It's okay to be honest. I have not done most of the days because we were on a road trip. I also do this business for the time freedom so I can enjoy time with my family. But am I going to just give up and not do the rest of the 90 days simply because I didn't do a lot of the first 15 days? Or no, for 12 days? Nope, we start on the 14th. It's only been 10 days, you guys. It's only been 10 days of 90. We have 80 days left. Check out that math. We have so many days left. So pick it back up. There are going to be times where you are not going to be able to complete a day. Give yourself grace, understanding, and know that tomorrow you're going to do it. But don't give up on yourself. Everybody has a bad day. You might have a bad week. Give yourself grace, pick it back up tomorrow. The 5x5, 5x7 checklist is intended for you to build that muscle memory, to build those habits of the income producing activities that will move your business forward and help your network, help you grow and expand and build and meet new people and make new connections and make new friends and build your business. Do you have a hard time wrapping your mind around going live or posting a video or posting reels? Start small. Some people started with not even including their face. And I am a huge proponent for including your face in your marketing because people connect with you and they do business with you. However, I understand that some people are not comfortable with that. So take a video of you coloring your fragrance flower and do a voiceover and talk about it. Take a video of you changing your wax and showing people how to use the cotton cleanups and how easy it is. Take a video of you changing your air purifier filter, but talk so they hear your voice, so they have that second touch point of connection. You don't have to include your face at first. Include your voice, make it personal, share videos, do the checklist. Do the things that are going to move your business forward and help you grow and push you. And you know what? You know what? Your body is going to get really uncomfortable. When I have to do hard things, I get this urge to do anything else. Oh my gosh, I got to switch over the laundry. Oh my gosh, I got to wash my sheets. Holy crap, I haven't peed in 20 minutes. I should go do that. I'm hungry. I need to organize my office. This desk is a mess. I should probably pull the weeds outside. I need to feed my kids. They need to go to the library. I haven't swam all week. Do your brains do this too? When you have something to sit down and do and you set a timer, does your brain automatically go to all the other things that you wanted to do? Don't feed the kids. They grow. They age when you feed them. Ugh. Does your brain do all these other things and try to stop you from doing the one thing that you have set the timer to do? You're not alone. You are not alone. Fight through it. It's just an urge. Your brain is a jerk sometimes, you know, we know this. You're not alone. But set the timer, stick with it, and do the dang hard thing. And ignore all the other things that you're supposed to be doing. If you have a timer, if you have set aside specific time, that's what your job is to do. And on Tuesday, during the huddle, we were talking about if you know you scroll, if you know you have laundry to do, if you know you like reading, build that into your plan. So you already have a set aside time for those things so that your brain's not going to be super squirrely thinking, well, crap, I need to do all these other things. No, build that time in. And then it won't feel like an urge that you, like an itch you need to scratch. Right? I don't know. Also feel like a lot of people use brain tricks. So like the 5x7 checklist, you could have 5 hair ties on one wrist. Every time you check one off, move a hair tie over so that by the time you're done, all the hair ties are empty and you're good to go. Maybe the checking off isn't as satisfying for you, but maybe seeing that visual representation, or like put marbles in a jar. Oh, or have a whole jar of marbles and an empty jar. And every time that urge comes over and you work through it, move a marble over. That's a huge accomplishment. And then you can visualize, you can actually see the things that you've done. Or eat an M&M, you can do that too. Or every time there's an urge, move one M&M from the full jar into the empty jar. And by the time you've gone through all the urges, you can be like, look at all the M&Ms I earned. That's more satisfying to me than one at a time, because that just feels me, it makes me feel like I'm left wanting more. But if I see a whole pile of M&Ms that I've earned, yes, girl, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can do whatever you want, Courtney. That was a great suggestion for the M&Ms. Do what you want. What I would do.
Did we talk about anchor plans?
A little bit. Yeah.
I wanted to add to it real quick. So something that I'm doing that I think is going to move my business forward too. It's kind of like a overall game plan, because I always talk about how, you know, there's attraction marketing where people are drawn to you, right? Same thing goes for your team in creating that sticky culture. And so instead of just writing down, okay, I want to say check in with my team once a week, right? Instead, I'm writing down what is the rising tide, which is my team. What is the rising tide culture? And I'm actually going to write out how I want people to feel when they're a part of that culture. So the biggest things, it's kind of like a brain thing that you have to do. You have to sit down, brainstorm, and write down words that you want your team to think of when they think of your family or your culture, okay? And then you're going to start asking yourself questions. How? Okay, how can I convey that? What wording do I need to use when I'm talking about recruits? What wording do I need to use instead of recruits? Because some people are like, oh, that's so military-like. Instead saying teamies, that's what I say. I'm like, oh, teamies, because we are a team, we're a family, we're, you know, together. It's not about being a consultant. It's not about being a recruit. I'm not over them. It's about leveling that playing field. So it's asking questions on how can I make people feel good about this? When I talk about this, what words am I not going to use? What words are intentional to make sure that we have a good message when they read this post versus something that they walk away at you know what I mean? So figuring out what your culture is going to be, and even that doesn't matter if you have one teamie, you have 5, you have 100, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want people to feel when they're a part of this group and when they're a part of Scentsy really is what you want to write down, because that's what they're going to, that's what's going to create that sticky culture. A lot of people will stick around when they love what they're a part of. So sticking people together and having that, like, we're together in this, we feel good. I feel like a badass when I'm in this group, or I feel like I'm valued when I'm in this group, or, you know, whatever it is. And then writing out how to do that, make it actionable steps. I want people to feel like they have value. Okay, how many times a week am I not just shouting them out, but asking them to post in our group? How many times am I validating, you know, people emotions, human emotions? How many times am I like, hey guys, having a rough week, like, let's get this shit done, I still got a plan, right? How many times am I relating and keeping that culture going, that we're all people first, and that they can be loved in this group, and that there's a culture that they're a part of and that they're proud of. So that's when I was tackling my game plan and my anchor plan, as they call it. That's the secondary thing I'm going into. So first I'm writing that anchor plan. I'm writing down how I'm getting sales. I'm writing down how I'm sponsoring, I'm writing down how I'm coaching. But then beyond that, I'm writing down, okay, well, when I'm sponsoring, what words am I using? When I'm coaching, what words am I using? That kind of thing. So it really adds that edge of making sure we're creating a sticky culture and continuing our amazing culture that we already have to build on. And it creates, honestly, guys, like, you want to have a family, you want people to be attracted to it, get your culture right, and people will be wanting to be a part of that culture. So that was an additional thing that I just wanted to add.
I love that. And, you know, it goes with the what I posted today in our tribe group was, when things change in you, things change around you. How are you treating yourself? How are you thinking about things? How are you talking out loud? What are you speaking into existence? What are you manifesting? Are you constantly saying, well, I wish I could do this, well, crap, that didn't work? Are you constantly in that mindset? Or are you, wow, I can't wait to try this? wow, that worked amazing. Wow, they are so connected. I love their energy. How are you manifesting things? What are
I
you
think
bringing to life?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we talked about that too with our, because you went through the personal aspect too, like you added to your anchor plan
Mhm.
personal things, right?
Yes.
Me and my friend Marissa were actually just talking about this. She did a little training on boss or boss up or bust, I don't, something like that. But
There's
we
so
were
many
talking
groups.
about, yeah, right. There's so many groups. I go to training and I'm like, okay, I just need to focus on one group a week, one group a week. But it was talking about what you're feeding your brain. Like literally, we need to think of our brain as being on a healthy diet. Okay. Because if I go on social media too long, first thing my brain does is like, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. Yes, it crashes. And so instead, I'll put on like Jay Shetty on YouTube, who has like very, he fills my cup, my soul, the way that he talks about stuff. And so I'll put him on in the background instead of sitting on my phone. And then I'll go do something. The other thing is just getting up and going and doing something. Because the more that you can focus on you, I always say our business is a direct reflection of, it's like a mirror of our personal life. The second we don't feel good in our life, and the second we're having trouble or things and happen in life, I mean, it always happens. If we're not healing from that and doing the work to feel better, then our business is also going to suffer. Even if we use it as an escape, sometimes we still will have issues getting back up and back on the horse. So yeah, I did the same thing though. Personal aspects, adding in there, making sure I'm feeding my brain good things, not bad thoughts. No more bad thoughts.
Yeah, be like Poppy. I will get back up again.
That's one of my favorites. Yes.
By the way, I love the glitter on your face, and I'm gonna need a
Oh.
link. Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I think it's a palette here. I'll send it to you later.
That's not helpful. I just-
Highly recommend, guys, just doing whatever you want. Be happy. Add glitter to your face. Go to
right?
the store like this. This is what I did.
Yes. And I think it's so true. Like the expectations that you might think that we have of you, the hardest thing to let go is caring about what other people think about you. I still struggle with it, but somebody else's opinion of me is none of my business. I think I'm fun. I think I'm full of joy and light in life. And I'm very sassy. And that's okay. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. That's not my place in this world. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to be as awesome as I think I am.
Honestly, like I was thinking about that during SFR because the 100 Years song, if you guys don't know, we had the guy for Five for Fighting in our SFR and he did a speech. And one of his songs has always resonated with me, which is 100 Years. And every time I listen to it, I'm like, you know what's crazy? The things that really we think matter do not, because time goes by so fast. And how boring would it be to not be yourself, to not like, you know, allow their kid side to come out when it needs to, allow like be your badass sometimes when you need to. Like if we just like balled all that up, that's such a boring existence. That's such a like disservice to yourself and to everyone else around you, because really every person is a genius in their own way. So whatever you have in you, I don't have in me, and maybe I need to hear from you. Same thing. It's like it needs to constantly be a thing of challenging ourselves to be more of ourselves to help other people. So yeah, I feel that. 100 years to live, man. I listen to that anytime I'm like, dang, I need some inspiration today.
I'm gonna go listen to that. You know what? Because I'm more than a bird. I'm more than a plane. Oh, you got. I'm gonna start crying again.
That's so good. That
Oh
was
my
such a good.
That was one of the best. We had two of the best guest speakers at SFR that we've ever had, and I don't know how they're gonna top it next year. You know, Godspeed to them for topping it, because I don't think you can. But I'd love to be able to find the recordings. I don't know if they were recorded, but it was.
I do have a thing. I have a trick. So on Spotify, I don't remember his name. What is his name? His last name. Y'all remember the guy who sings Five for Fighting. It's literally a one-man band. I don't know if you guys know that. He's one man. And we think he's a band, but he's not. He's just one. But he on Spotify is, I think, with an orchestra. Yeah, there you go. John. What was his name?
John Ondrasik.
There you go. John Ondrasik. Sure. But he is on Spotify with an orchestra, and he tells the stories before he sings the songs, just like he did with our speeches. They're not exact because he obviously tailored it to us, but it's on there. So I highly recommend going and listening, because he really connects your reasoning to what you do in life. And I think that's important for us to remember through our business as well.
Yeah. And I don't know if music inspires and connects with your soul like it does mine, but that's why it resonated so much with me, because music is such a huge part of my life. It was very captivating. I was going to say something else and then I forgot.
Sorry.
It's okay. It happens. Anybody else have anything they want to add though? And I want to encourage you guys too. I know being in a crowd of confident people, because a lot of us on here are confident and loud and we speak our opinions. A lot of us have grown into that. A lot of us maybe didn't start that way. And I encourage you to be brave and bold. And if you have something you want to say that you think we might need to hear, or something you're going through, please be brave and bold and share.
So that connection is about, we got you. We're
Yeah.
all here and understand.
Yeah. Well, if no one else has anything, then maybe we'll just end a couple minutes early.
There we go.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for your presence. You are wonderful. You are brave. You are bold. Make those big choices and those moves, and make sure you get your plan for the fall squared away so that you can have a very successful season, and so that you're not sprinting at the very end, because we want to earn the incentive right alongside you guys. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a great day, friends.
Bye.
Bye.